Welcome to another episode of Absolutely Not, another podcast presented by Forever and More Event Planning. Use code BRIDE10 at checkout for 10% off the top tier planning package.
It's worth it.
Big major event happened for me this weekend. Did not expect it at all. I've done it twice before, but my niece and her fiance came over to the house and presented me with a bottle of champagne that had in a package, it said if I was to be their officiant for their wedding next year. And I graciously said yes.
I feel like I'm excited. Obviously you married my sister. I've seen you marry our friends. You're really good. You are very good at it. You
Take it seriously.
Yeah. You're not a joke. You joke a little bit up there, but like you do a really good job. And I've seen a lot of ceremonies. You make them very personal, and you're a good public speaker, which I think makes it even better. So I'm excited to see what you put together for them because it's going to be really good.
Yeah. I have questions that I'll send ahead of time. If I can sit down with them over some lunch or just while hanging out and figuring out exactly what they want when it comes to the ceremony. Like obviously there's the things that you need to do whenever you are officiating a wedding.
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah, but then you can not ad-lib the other stuff, but the start, the sermon, if you will, the story of them, you kind of can that's the personal touch that you can add. Like when I did for your sisters, I wasn't that nervous when I was around your family. Mm-hmm. But then whenever I did it the second time and it was with my friends that got married, I felt more nervous. Like I knew a lot of people in the crowd. I was holding my booklet, and at the start I was shaking a little bit to the point I had to like press it against my chest to not show me shaking. I did use an Adam Sandler quote for them, which I used his poem from Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
For all of his cards that he would write, because my friend always would quote Adam Sandler quotes, so I figured that was a good touch to add to it.
Yeah, both of them love Adam
so I'm
Sandler.
very excited to be able to do this for them next year.
Yep.
And rock it. Marry another couple. That's 3 down the hatchet.
Yeah. Anybody else need an officiant?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, in the local Pittsburgh area, I can travel, but I'm not self-promoting myself. But if you would like someone, I can do it. I am in the Universal Life Church.
Yeah.
I got it during 2020. ULC. And then I was able to officiate.
There was like a little controversy with the ULC when at first in Pennsylvania, they weren't like honoring people that got married there because it's a very easy process to get in.
Yeah.
But Pennsylvania did change that. So like you could.
Yeah, I'm good now.
People. Yeah.
Because I did it in Ohio and then 2 now will be in Pennsylvania. There was a time that I did register for the Church of the Dude from the Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
I did that one time, but I don't think that is recognized anywhere. So I felt like I needed to do a real legitimate
one.
Place. You won't see me at Sunday Mass doing any sermons. I'm not. They do call me Father Gary amongst my friends that were at the wedding I did, but not.
It's your new nickname, Father Gary.
Father Gary. I'm starting to it's becoming a habit. I got to get a chaplain hat for whenever I do it.
Yeah.
Like other officiants have done in the past. Other things we have going on. We're back to Disney this upcoming weekend for a wedding that you were have been planning.
I'm very excited. I'm like a little bit limited on what I can and can't share because Disney has its own set of rules and like a lot of red tape. But I'm very excited to see like the back end of Disney. And I think they do a really good job of, making the couple feel very special and making everything over the top, absolutely perfect. So I'm excited to see how they do weddings because it will be my first time ever seeing a wedding there. I've never attended one, never planned one there. So I am looking forward to that process.
Yeah, and you love Disney.
And I love Disney. And my couple is also like very big Disney people. So it makes sense. The location makes sense and they're doing a lot for their guests. So it will be a fun experience. And we made another trip out of it. So,
the kids are coming down. Your friend is coming down with us to spend time with me and the kids the day that you're doing the wedding. We'll have other
activities
around the wedding for us to adventure around the parks with the kids again and see our old roommate Kyle that has been brought up on this pod before. He is working the wedding with you.
He's going to be my assistant.
Attending some of the days with us at the parks.
Yeah.
And meeting our kids. He hasn't met them yet.
I know, that's so crazy because he was such like a big part of our life. And then when we moved back here, we haven't seen him for, I don't know how long have we moved? We've been home for 7 years?
We're coming up on, it's been 7 years for you. In a few weeks, it'll be 7 years for me.
Haven't seen him in person in 7 years. Yeah. But the friendship's still
I was
strong.
able to see him a few times for like for some of the travel events that I did in Florida. But that's been less than a handful of times. He worked a few with me, and then I would, if I traveled to Miami, no, he did work an event with us in Duck Key at Hawks Cay.
Okay.
So you got to see him one time down there.
But like in 7 years, that's a long time to not see like a good friend. I would still consider him like, we don't see each other, but.
I guess we FaceTime probably a few times a month.
Yeah.
Or a year.
I feel like it's
a few times a month still.
It's a friendship where you can like not talk to them and you can pick it back up and it's like nothing ever happened. Those are your good friends.
Good friends indeed.
Yeah. So. He's made the list.
You just made the list, Kyle. The episode today
is actually not wedding related.
Not wedding.
So you got a little touch of wedding in the beginning, but we had a story come in that was family gathering related. And so I'd love to share that one today. And then our segments will kind of be based off of family and other things. So I'm going to dive right in here. This is not a wedding story, but a family gathering one. Maybe if you decide to do a Holidays from Hell edition, all names have been changed. My husband and I are both very introverted. I have anxiety and autism, normally an excellent masker though. I struggle between wanting everyone around me to be happy and wanting everyone else to leave. Those don't always go together very well. It was our turn to host the Christmas holiday with his family, and we were begrudgingly planned the holiday for maximum streamlining of the events. Everyone can come over, we'll eat, do our gifts, and then everybody can go on their way. We are both very uncomfortable with having people in our home and would rather never host events, but that is just not done. His parents told me last minute that they would be bringing their diabetic cat with them because she would be due for her insulin while they were gone. They live about 40 minutes away from us, and we're planning on attending the evening mass after at our house. Apparently, the cat also goes to church with them. We have a young, enthusiastic dog who wants to play with everyone, and they assured me Tessie, the cat, would stay in her large carrier and not be a problem. I mentally rolled my eyes, but agreed. They were picking up my husband's great aunt Irene from the nursing home and bringing her to the party too. We love Irene, and she has filled the role of a great grandma for my two children. Irene has been struggling lately with confusion, but still managed to do well most of the time. Setting the scene.
Yeah, when it comes to, I feel, cats and dogs, if they aren't already acquainted with each other, you're going to run into probably an issue down the road. Even if the dog's friendly, the cat's friendly, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Like a cat dog.
And in general, I'm not a huge fan when people are like, can I bring my pets? I get it, but I'm also like...
Yeah, we have 3 dogs of our own that get along with other dogs. Mm-hmm. But if you have a dog that has had tendencies to ever do anything, we have bigger dogs, and they would probably just succumb to the...
Yeah. They're the most like lazy friendly dogs.
Yeah.
But some people will bring their dogs into our house. And their dog's like a little aggressive or like yippy. And then we feel like, okay, for everybody's comfort, let's put our dogs away or like in the basement. And then our dogs are like whining and crying because they want to be out and about in their house.
Our dogs spend about 5 minutes greeting everybody, and then they're back to just laying down.
And if you have food, they're like...
And if you have food.
Sitting next to you.
Are wanting to get either any of the leftovers or anything that you might drop if you are a child. Like ours.
Correct. All right. Everyone arrived and my husband and I got the food served without incident. Irene got up near the end of dinner and walked towards the couch. Instead of walking around the couch, she approached it from the side where the dog bed was. She tried to go over the dog bed, tripped and landed, fortunately, onto the couch. But during this, my husband was whisper arguing about why the dog bed was there. And I was sarcastically whispering back to forgive me for not anticipating that someone would try to climb over the arm of the couch to sit in it. But I'm like, Irene's like a little dementia, I think. Yeah. She probably didn't know. She was like, I'm going to climb over the edge of the couch. My mother-in-law made it to her by then, and everything seemed okay. We started to clean up the table when the sound of vomiting began. Irene was all of a sudden throwing up on the couch. I need to pause the story to describe the couch for a moment. It's an awful recliner couch, so it has all of these mechanisms in it. They don't work anymore. This also meant that anything that falls through the cracks between the seat and the cushion goes straight to the floor under the couch. The only way to clean it up is to lift the couch up and move it. We know this because we also have recliner couches.
Yes, we do. And if the remote gets in between the cushions, sometimes it does not go all the way to the ground.
Yeah, most of the time it will be like stuck deep down in the cushion though.
Yeah. Like we had our, Deshaun was over and he had Beats in the case and they got into the couch like really deep. And we checked.
Yeah, you found them.
And then
You
I
were
checked
the
it
hero.
again looking for the remote. And while I was looking for the remote a few days later, I found his Beats.
I do remember that. Okay, so they have the recliner couch. Irene's tripped over the couch. Now she's throwing up on the couch. Back to the story. I brought the bucket back and handed it to my mother-in-law. She continued to encourage Irene to vomit on the towel with me panic yelling, "No, use the bucket, use the bucket." I retreated towards the kitchen in full sensory overload and tried to regroup and move on from this situation. I found my husband in the kitchen washing the dishes. I encouraged him to go and help his family, and he said he was already committed to doing the dishes. We have a dishwasher. He just didn't want to help them. My sister-in-law was seated across the living room from the events and had just had foot surgery, so she was not able to do much but look in horror at the situation going on the couch. My mother-in-law brought me an armful of pillows, throw blankets, and the towel. I numbly threw everything into the washing machine with bleach, and I started a load of laundry. When I rejoined the group, I told my mother-in-law I would run Irene home, since she wasn't going to go to mass with them. And she said, "Oh no, honey, we'll bring her home." I was a little relieved to know that I would not have to ask everyone to move their cars out of the driveway so that I could drive Irene home. I started beginning to pack up all her stuff she had brought for dinner, and I handed it to her. She set it by the door, and then my mother-in-law proceeded to settle in for present opening. I exchanged a look from across the room with my husband. He literally mouthed WTF, only it wasn't an acronym. She began passing out the presents one at a time to each grandchild. Why weren't they leaving with Irene? She was just throwing up on the couch. They had gone overboard with the presents, of course, and each child had a minimum of 10 things to open, one at a time, one gift at a time. My husband stepped in and began rapid fire passing out the presents, and it was just chaos in our home. Presents done within an hour, and my nephew only knocked over the tree a little bit, breaking only 2 ornaments. Then everyone was finally packing up for real, and I hoped my mother-in-law let the cat out. I had drugged my dog so he wouldn't be stressed. He really was being the best boy, politely wagging his tail and happy to hang out with everyone. When he saw the cat, he did a play bow and tried to play with the cat. He then was yelled at by my mother-in-law, and she grabbed the cat to give it its insulin. I retreated to the kitchen again, and both my mother-in-law and father-in-law followed me in, blocking my retreat, and had a full-on yelling match at each other about who didn't store the medication correctly for the cat who needed insulin. I literally stared at the ceiling, experiencing the worst anxiety ever. Okay, Kat was finally medicated and returned to her carrier, and everyone settled back in for another hour of chatting. You heard that right, another hour. The entire time, all that was running through my head was, there's so much vomit underneath that couch, directly on the floor. It was going on a loop in my head. Everyone finally left with my sister-in-law joking, offering to bring her 2 golden retrievers next year if we needed more chaos at the Christmas party. That couch was at the curb for trash collection 2 days after Christmas. There was no cleaning all those parts inside. I hated that couch anyways. The next day, I found out that in a fit of dementia, Irene told my 13-year-old daughter that she was looking chubby. I told my daughter she also thought that the closet was a bathroom, so I wouldn't put much stock into what Irene told her. Thanks for reading. I hope you enjoyed. I feel like family events always get like that. There's just like a little bit of chaos going around.
Yeah, not that extreme, but yes, there's always just something that might transpire.
It does suck though when you're hosting and something happens, like something spills on the rug or something spills on the couch. Like we had that happen where like we got new couches and then everybody came over and a younger family member just spilled a can of soda on the couch.
Yeah.
And you're like trying not to be upset about it.
But it's
You're like,
eating you inside.
We just bought that. Been there, done that.
Yeah. But if they had a recliner and it wasn't reclining anymore, I think it was just a sign to get yourself a new couch anyway.
Yeah, you could thank Irene for that.
Yeah, that's the positive outlook of it. You didn't like the couch and something happened that made you realize maybe we got to get a new piece of furniture.
The couch has got to go.
Yeah, I'm even looking at some of the stains that are on we have like the large couch and then we have the 2 recliners, the chair with the thing in the middle. But that in particular has stains from the kids, from the dogs, from whatever else. And we have the spray that removes the stains, removes the pet smell, but not anything to deal with story or anything related. One of my biggest pet peeves, I don't even know if it's on any of the upcoming segments, is people that get mad at people when you say that their dog's allowed on their furniture.
Oh.
Like, you have a dog. I do not want my dog just laying on the ground 24/7.
Right.
Does it annoy me whenever they're in my spot to go to bed, or I wake up in the middle of the night and they're at my feet and somehow they nudged me over that I wake up in an uncomfortable situation? Yes, it annoys me, but it's also they want to be comfortable too.
Yeah. And it's like, I agree with your take here, because however you raise your pets, if you allow them on the couch, someone at their house may have different rules, but just because you go into someone's house doesn't mean they change. So if someone's like, dogs don't go on the couch, I'm not like, come on, you got to let them up on the couch.
Yeah.
They live here. Like, if they choose to not let their dogs on their couches, fine.
Yeah,
I'm not going to try to change that.
I'm not going to show up to someone's house. Be like, are you kidding me? Like, if their
How
dog
dare
comes
you?
up and wants to say hello, and then they're like, "Hey, Fluffy, get down." I'm not gonna be like, "No, he can stay up with me." I do,
All
scoot
of the
him
house
down.
rules. You got to follow house rules.
Yeah, my house rules: dogs on furniture is okay.
Yeah.
So they're cleaner than people sometimes, especially our kids.
Cleaner than our kids. I
Cleaner
can
than our
agree
kids
to
when
that.
it comes to couch, because there's a lot of toys, there are a lot of snacks, like crumbled up
Our kids are
goldfish
messy.
that we find in the cracks underneath the couch. Like, we were looking for the remote after our trips
I had to
a month
text the
ago.
dog sitter.
Yeah, because the remote was missing the day she left. So I feel bad the fact that she couldn't even watch TV in the living room.
Yeah.
But like, it was underneath the couch,
Fell through.
fell through, but it was stuck somewhere that like was not problems. No one has yet to vomit on a couch.
No.
Someone did urinate on our couch downstairs one time and tried to act like they didn't.
Yeah.
And we found out about it, and we had cleaning supplies ready for them to do the
Yeah, it was like,
dirty work.
we're adults here.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
And
Oh, my.
that couch is also thrown out.
That couch had seen better days before that happened, but
R.I.P.
it was a basement couch. You don't really need to get new furniture all the time when it comes to like a basement furniture.
Agreed.
Agreed. Cool.
This segment is brought to you by Ling's Moment. If you are planning a wedding and looking for high-quality, affordable, artificial florals, be sure to check out Ling's Moments. Use code WeddingProCast at checkout to save 10% off your order for luxury artificial florals.
Okay. Next segment is Worth the Hype. We have a list of very popular things, and we will debate if we think they are worth the hype or not.
Okay, I'm ready.
First one up, Stanley Cups. We're not talking hockey.
Thank you for the clarification. I used to think Stanley Cups were not worth the hype, but after owning one,
Owning one?
well, no, I only own one real Stanley Cup.
Okay. How many
I have a lot of
knockoff Stanley
knockoffs.
Cups?
I have a lot of knockoffs, like a whole cabinet full of knockoff Stanley Cups. I do have to say, I love the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but yeah, you have, like, we have our coffee mug cabinet, and one whole row is laid down, topped off with Stanley Cup knockoffs. I don't understand the hype when it comes to like cups, like certain coffee mugs, like the Tervis tumblers used to be a big thing.
Yeah.
And then they fell off. Yeti cups were a big thing, fell off. Now it's Stanley Cups, big thing. So it always just revolves to the newest. Right now it's Stanley Cups are the hype.
And like the Stanley brand, I guess, used to be like a more manly brand. It was like lunch boxes and like thermoses for
And
gentlemen.
they still have those.
They still have them, but they rebranded to women, and like they marketed themselves properly, and they struck gold.
Yeah. But here's the thing that when I say worth the hype, It doesn't really fit in a cup holder.
It depends. So some of my knockoffs don't. A Stanley Cup does.
Okay.
Like a real true Stanley has like a skinny bottom,
Okay.
so you can
Fit it into
fit
a
it
cup
in
holder.
there. And it does keep your drink cooler than any of my other knockoff cups.
Yeah. I think having a handle's not bad.
I like the handle.
Like the Disney mugs that you get at Disney World when you stay at a Disney property. You have.
I have one right here. I have my Disney mug. Gonna be getting another one this weekend.
That doesn't really fit in a cup holder, so it's not really travel.
Well, that's because of the distance between the bottom.
Exactly.
But the Stanley Cup is like this.
Up higher.
And then it's higher.
There we go.
I still love these, though. I like anything with a lid and anything if I can put a straw in it, like if I'm drinking a cold drink.
Okay.
So I would say for me, worth the hype.
Yeah, I would say it's worth the hype. It's worth the hype right now, but it's not gonna. Something will come along that's gonna replace it because it has been done before.
Yes.
Costco, worth the hype. I would say yes.
I also agree. I love Costco. Or Sam's Club
Sam's
or
Club,
BJ's.
yeah. Any of
whatever.
those, the wholesale places. You're getting like, I don't know, maybe you're not getting a deal, but I feel every time I walk in there, I'm getting good food. I don't know if I'm not really seeing the difference between the Kirkland brand comparison to how maybe a big superstore has their own brands, but I would prefer like they're titled Great Value at the Wally Mart.
I feel like Kirkland's brand is pretty good.
Right. I think it's better than what you can get at some other just superstores.
Yeah. And we don't shop frequently at like one of these stores. So when I go, I'm like, oh, I can stock up on this, and then I don't have to go for a long time. So I'm pro Costco.
Pro Costco. I would use them a lot when I would travel to do charity events that were canned goods or food that were going to certain charities. Easy to just order from Costco, pick it up, and you already have it. Like a pack of 24 can of green beans and get a couple, like 10 of those.
Yeah. If you're throwing a party, Costco's where you can get your stuff. Yes.
Worth that hype. Working from home.
I say yes. Worth the hype. However, if you have noisy kids like us, sometimes I find myself now that we're in the position of working from home, I'm like, oh man, I wish I could just get somewhere quiet.
Yeah.
Like we don't have an office. We don't have a home office.
Yeah, there's days that, especially I would say when I was doing it was fully remote, 2020, 2021, a little bit in 2022. And if I would travel, that's when I would work away from home. But I would do virtual events, and doing a virtual event whenever our son was not born yet and whenever he was a baby, it was manageable. But the issue is I'm hosting an event for sometimes 200, 300, 400 people, and I'm in the back room. I have to make sure that I noise proof it from the outside noise getting in.
Yeah.
From if he's crying and then our dog is emotional and he's crying. Just doesn't look professional when you hear that kind of stuff go on.
Yeah.
So there's that caveat to it. But the gas that you save.
Yes.
If you have a place that you have to pay for parking every month, you're saving. The savings is greater, I think, than just dealing with some of the nuisances.
Yeah.
I did have to get a membership. We got a membership at a athletic club that had private rooms to work, like working desk pods, basically. So I would go there for the whole morning, work for a few hours, then work out during or before I would start my day, and then go home and work the rest of the day at home. But at least I had half of the day spent not at home.
I would feel like the only negative for me is like the unprofessionalism of like hearing the kids and the noises in the background, which like a lot of people are okay with that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I get it. You're at home.
And being able to socialize with team members in an office setting is a big plus. But if you work in a setting where I feel like some places or some occupations you don't get to have that, then it might, and you're doing all of your work computer based, and you're not face fronting an audience in any way besides meetings, where the meetings happen on a Zoom or a Teams. Then what are we doing? Why am I in the office and
you should
having
work from
all
home.
virtual meetings and working from working from a computer? Like, doing that is better suited just doing at home.
Yeah. I did really love when I worked at the History Center that I had a hybrid schedule because I did have like in person.
Yeah, hybrid's definitely where it's at.
Yeah, like that was really, really great. Now I do have to say, being fully remote and only having to go work my events or like meet with a client, I do love it.
Yeah.
It is 100% a nice change and flexible for the kids.
Yeah, having to just go 5 times a week in person can get a little rough.
Yeah, I don't miss that.
Crumble cookies, worth the hype?
I'm going to say no.
I honestly have never craved a crumble cookie. I know they're very sugary. I know they have some people don't like them based off of maybe political affiliation. I don't really understand where it came from, but I just know every time I get a crumble cookie, I may be having a few bites and then I'm like, this is a lot.
I feel like
they're yummy. They are really good.
They are tasty. I'm not someone that's like, oh, I'm going to go to crumble cookie every week. Like I got to go.
Yeah.
It's like a once every 6 months. I'll treat the kids to a crumble cookie variety pack.
Yeah.
And then it sits on our counter and like we eat it throughout the week.
Yeah. Any of those chain, cupcake shop or like, you can get a cupcake in a vending machine. I don't really think those are that
Not
great.
for you.
Not for me. Upscale donut shop. That can't upscale a donut shop.
We want the coffee donut, coffee and donuts.
I want to get a coffee and donut. I'm just going to go to Donut Connection, Dunkin' Donuts. I don't need to have a Fruity Pebbles donut every single week.
Agreed.
Buc-ee's, worth the hype, not worth the hype. It's pretty touchy right now because they're under a lot of controversy.
They are?
Yeah, they're suing businesses that are gas stations that are mom and pop. There's one in Ohio that is Beaver's Mini Mart, and it's in Beaver Creek County or Beaver Creek Town.
What?
And Buc-ee's is suing them because of the likeness that they have their mascot.
But who was there first? Probably Beaver's Mini Mart.
Yeah, and they're named Beaver's Mini Mart because they're in Beaver Creek. But Buc-ee's, I think it's overhyped. I do think it's an experience that if you are on a road trip and you pass one, you should stop.
Yeah.
There's a million gas pumps, and when we went,
I couldn't believe it.
we had to go to the very end to get an open spot. It was that filled. But it was a little bit too packed for me.
It was too much. Like I was a little bit like holding on to the kids real tight.
Yeah.
Like don't go out of my view. Hold my hand or I'm holding you.
There was like 100 people outside of the entrance just laying down.
It's become like a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
I would say, like you said, it's overhyped. I think it's worth a stop, but I wouldn't say it's worth the hype. Like it was essentially it had everything you needed, but like you also could go to a gas station and get those items.
Right. Like instead of getting the Buc-ee's beef jerky, which is good.
Yeah.
You can just get a Jack Link's or another brand of beef jerky, and you're not gonna be like, man, this really could be Buc-ee's beef jerky, or it could be a breakfast sandwich, or they have pulled pork sandwiches.
They did have
things
like
of that.
They did have things that like we didn't try because it's not like we got everything. We just got a couple of items.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not gonna seek out a Buc-ee's. If there's one available and we would need to stop for some reason, okay.
It's definitely becoming whenever growing up, a lot of people from Pittsburgh, a vacation spot is Myrtle Beach. Buc-ee's is the gas station adjacent to vacationing at Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Times Square, worth the hype, not worth the hype. It's worth the hype of watching it on TV. Like I like to watch New Year's Eve ball drop, but being there, you're getting people requesting photos and then trying to charge you. You got mascots that are trying to get pictures with you, and then they'll try to charge you.
I think like the movies romanticize Times Square, and so you might have this, at least for me. Mm-hmm. Like I had this vision of like what Times Square was like from like watching the ball drop. I'm not a New York City person. I didn't travel to New York City frequently.
I don't think New York City people that grew up there go to Times Square.
Like, I don't know. I guess in my mind, I had a totally different vision of what it was when we were there for the Tamron Hall show. And then when I was back there with my couple for work, I was walking around and I'm just like, I would like to avoid it. Like, I'm not trying to go there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not. I went in high school, and then when we went for the Tamron, we like walked. it for a second and then just walked right back. So we were waiting. We had time to kill before we went to go see a show.
Yeah.
And I was done with it immediately. We just were like, let's just go sit down somewhere and wait for the show to start.
It's not for me.
Yeah. Pickleball, is it worth the hype?
I would say yes. I mean, like, I don't pickleball, but like when we worked at Ocean Reef, we got to participate in a lot of pickleball. You worked very like adjacent to the
we
pickleball
did a lot
team.
of they did a pickleball pro-am. They had some highly rated pickleball professionals come in. It was like the number one female pickleball player, pickleball pro. They built pickleball courts. I like saying pickleball.
Yeah, like pickleball.
And then there are, similar to like a Topgolf, they're starting to build restaurants. They have for the last couple of years, but there's a restaurant that has pickleball courts that's not this, I forget what it's exactly called.
It's kind of cool.
It's like pickles and pints, but it has something maybe chicken related for it. But it's
nice.
A place that you can go eat and
play. I feel like it's a great sport too if you're not super physical and maybe are interested in tennis. It's like almost like the baby version of tennis. Like if you're not super physically active, you could still get into pickleball and like learn the sport.
Yeah.
Where tennis is a little bit more
athletic. I felt like whenever pickleball, when we lived in Florida, I would play maybe once a week pickleball. Yeah.
And they would have like pickleball sessions that the staff could go to.
Yeah.
And I would do a lot of weddings that like over their wedding, because people there didn't host just one day. It was like a whole Thursday through Sunday. They would host like a pickleball tournament for their wedding. People coming in and they would like have it going.
Yeah.
on.
And the people at the tennis and game center there, shout out.
I don't know who runs it.
Justin Romero, he's not there anymore. Jim Morton, he's still there, but I believe he did retire. But they were good people that all worked there too. Very friendly. So
worth the hype.
Worth the hype. Espresso martinis.
Worth the hype. I love an espresso martini.
I never had one. I did taste, like I tasted yours. I never have requested.
You never ordered one.
Yeah. I'd like a standard like Miller Lite.
Yeah.
So
I think if you need a little pick me up and you want to have something that like, if you like the taste of coffee, if you don't like the taste of coffee, then you're not going to like an espresso martini. I think they're good.
I feel like espresso martinis are the Stanley Cups of recent.
Yeah, they're like
drinks.
They're the drink of 2025 for sure. Mm-hmm. Maybe the beginning of 2026, but something else.
Something else
take is coming
over.
in. Yeah,
they might have already done it. We just don't know it yet. We're behind the times. All right, two more. This worth the hype. Nashville. We have never been, so I don't know if we. I
can't say.
Have nothing to say besides the fact that I think it's become such a bachelorette party location that I don't think that is worth the hype of going for a bachelorette because you probably are one of 100 that are happening in that same week. So it's not as special as you think it is. I think going to Nashville, seeing live music, being on their Broadway, of going to those rooftop bars, it's probably a fun experience.
Yeah.
But when it comes to specifically bachelorettes, you're nothing special. You are a money grab for that community to make money off of, not for you to have you're going to have fun, but it's just.
It is on my bucket list to go.
Yeah.
I would want to go with the right people, or like if we planned a trip, like us plan it. I do like crowds, but sometimes like overcrowded places.
We'll have to like research
what are good times to go.
Yeah.
Some weekdays to go. Still participate and go to the bars, but like not with all the people around.
It's similar in a sense of whenever we would go to Key West. I think Key West is a great place to go.
Yeah.
But if you went at a specific time,
you can't enjoy it as much.
You can't enjoy it as much as we would go. We worked in hospitality, so we would be able to go during the week and not during a weekend where more people are at and cruise lines are stopping in.
Yeah.
That you're waiting to get into some of the bars and restaurants where it's not meant to be that way. Mm-mm. Last one, TSA pre-check. Worth the hype, not worth the hype.
I know your answer.
I am all in on TSA pre-check. It's airports like Pittsburgh, it's not needed because you're not really waiting in long lines for the standard going through TSA. But if I'm at the Orlando airport, or if I'm at a busy airport, those lines, you can be waiting for an hour. In TSA pre-check, you're in and out. A lot of people are starting to get it. I need to have clear going through. My issue with them is they try to talk to you at the airport, like when you're shopping at a mall and those kiosks that are in
and they
between
come
the
up to
stores
you.
and they try to come up and sell you on it. I'm not coming to the airport to buy really anything besides getting some food and getting on my plane.
Yeah.
I'm not there to sign up for Clear. I'm already worried about getting through security. I'm not wasting 20 minutes signing up for something.
Agreed. I've never had TSA pre-check, but I do have to say, when we would travel and you would take Tyson through TSA pre-check and then I'd wait in the normal line, I was like, man, I wish I had it.
Yeah.
Elite status over there.
But then there are times, like the TSA pre-check is different than going through a regular line, but like a regular security at an airport, they make up their own rules depending on what airport you're at. Some airports you have to take all your electronics out. Some they force your shoes off, but then some it's fine. You don't have to do this. And then they get mad and they're yelling the whole time, like announcing what you have to do. Like it doesn't need to be that kind of experience.
Right. I feel like the only thing that's universal at all of them is that you can't take liquids through.
Yeah.
Unless you have like formula or breast milk, which I did learn.
Which is that doesn't change depending on the line you're going through.
But like when people walk up there and they have like bottles of water in their bag, I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, this has been
This is the one that you cannot take it through.
Yeah. You can get it as soon as you pass through.
Correct.
You can't sneak that on. All right, our next segment is presented by Jagoff Clothing, a new clothing line in the Pittsburgh area for anyone that you might know that is a Jagoff, or if you're a Jagoff yourself, use code Garrett, GARRETT. That's 2 R's, 2 T's to get 15% off your final order. All right, next segment is Would You Rather. This is Family Gathering Edition.
Okay.
Would you rather sit next to the relative who asks you when you're having another baby or the one who wants to discuss politics?
Oh, I would rather do the one that
Plead the
asks about.
fifth.
I don't like to talk politics at family events. Like I say my piece and then that's it. Like I'm not debating you.
Usually the people that bring up politics are people that just saw something on their news channel that they watch.
The boomers watching the news.
Yeah, and like you know that this was. It's all propaganda, no matter what you're watching.
I feel like I would rather sit next to the person asking me if I'm having another baby because I'm like, unless you're footing the bill and helping with my kids, the answer is no. Pretty easy.
Yeah, I would rather sit next. No one's asking me if I'm some
people will be like, "Oh, come on, you guys need a third baby."
It did actually just happen at a party we went to yesterday.
Yeah.
Someone asked like, "Oh, you guys maybe having a third?" I'm like, "Nope,
We're
I'm
done.
not." So it has happened. I don't feel. I would rather that be asked to me than someone trying to discuss politics with me.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
I think we're the same on that.
Would you host every holiday forever or drive 6 hours to someone else's house?
I would rather host it, but I feel like we're in the situation where like we're not the hosting family at this time.
Yeah, and like 6 hours, I would not. If I had to just do it one time,
Not
or like
bad.
one time every few years, not bad.
If it was every
In comparison
year,
to hosting something forever, because if you're hosting, let's say we would host a Christmas Eve and it has all family over, then we have Santa Claus coming that night. Santa Claus brings us gifts. You got to unwrap the gifts the next morning. But then in turn, the other thing you have to do before Santa comes that night is clean up from the party you had Christmas Eve. Doesn't sound fun. That's only Christmas specific. Other holidays, you can get it would be fine. I would just say Christmas, I would rather
and
not
if we
host.
lived in like a larger home and had like more open space, then I would maybe be like, oh, we'd love to host everything, but we don't. So I get it.
Yeah, going to some
Drive every once in a while.
every once in a while. I think I would pick that over hosting forever. I wouldn't mind hosting, but not Christmas. Clean up after 30 people or cook for 30 people. And we kind of just answered it. I would rather cook for 30 than clean up for 30. I would rather.
I hate cleaning. You know that about me.
I would rather cook for 30 people and clean up for 10 people than clean up for 10 people. Yeah. Cleaning up just sucks.
Cleaning up does suck. I mean, we just had Tyson's party and cleaning up after that.
It's still.
There's still things out of place. I'm like,
yeah. And it's not like some of the things get cleaned up right away. Some of it takes a few days.
Yeah.
Some of it, things get misplaced and then
we don't have them anymore.
I don't know what happened to it. Would you rather have someone bring their dog without asking or bring 3 extra people without asking? So 1 dog or 3 people?
I would rather the 3 people. Like I
Yeah.
said, we were talking about pets a little bit. It can be iffy. And if you have kids running around, they're chasing the pet, they want to hold the pet, it adds like a different layer. I would rather just be like, oh, we got to order more food.
Yeah. Yeah. Just having another dog in a house, just there's opportunity for something to happen.
Yes.
Not saying dogs are bad.
No.
But you just can't, no one went to that party expecting a dog to be there that might not like a dog.
Correct.
And they maybe came to your house because you don't have dogs. So bringing a dog might become an issue.
Potential issues there.
Would you rather have your aunt ask how much money you make or how much you weigh?
I feel like a lot of people get sensitive about their weight.
Yeah. Asking how much you make. It's
also people get sensitive about money.
Yeah.
I would rather people ask me how much I make.
Yeah. Than how much you weigh.
Yeah, because like I'm happy with the money, but maybe not happy about my weight.
Yeah. And like if you're asking about weight, I don't know, you're just being a bitch.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, that's such an inappropriate. We're lucky we don't have people that ask that.
Yeah.
But there is people that are like weight obsessed and they will ask those types of questions. Where I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I would definitely go with asking about the money situation. Would you rather have the gathering at the relative's house that is questionably dirty or the relative's house where you're terrified to touch anything?
I would say questionably dirty. Because I don't want to be the one that like breaks something.
Right.
Or you have to like sit. And we have kids again.
It's like an uptight situation if you're going somewhere where it's don't sit there.
Yeah, don't sit there.
That's not actually that's a chair that's in the sunroom that no one can sit in.
My mom is guilty of like putting out stuff and then the kids come over and they touch it. And she's like, don't let them touch it. I'm like, you're putting like glass figurines on a small table where they can, at their eye level, they're going to touch it.
They see something they're interested in.
Yeah,
I'm
like, come on.
Yeah, I'd rather have it a little bit dirty.
Dirty.
Because, I mean, sometimes ours is. I try to make sure it's clean before people come in.
You are really good about
that. And then
that.
it gets chaos when people are there.
My family was complimenting how clean it was.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, all Garrett.
Would you rather be responsible for entertaining all the kids or sitting with the 4 oldest relatives for the entire party?
All the kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, I mean, I love visiting with my elder family members, but sometimes they don't talk at all because they can't hear you, or like you're communicating with them and they're just repeating the same question over and over again, or you're answering and they're not even comprehending what you're saying.
Yeah. Or the things that they're discussing are things that have kind of discussed before.
Yeah.
And it's just like repeat, same question, same answers. Like, how's work doing? How's so-and-so? How's such and such been? Like,
Same one.
we talked about this last holiday.
Yeah. I feel like I usually end up around the kids anyways, but that's what I would say.
Next one. Would you rather use the bathroom immediately after your uncle destroys it or discover that there's no toilet paper after you've already sat down? I would rather go in and just like embrace the smell. But no TP. That's if you're at a family gathering. If I'm at my house and I realize toilet paper, I can shoot you a text, open up the door,
Yes.
like, hey, we're out of TP. Can you bring in a roll? But if you're at a family gathering and there's no more toilet paper and you can't find it,
Yeah, it's like that. The point of having to get up and you're like trying to like find what you can wipe with.
you're crunched down, like
Yeah.
walking.
I think I would rather just go in and plug my nose.
Yeah.
Safest option.
Yeah. Would you rather have grandma accidentally reveal your secret or reveal a family secret that you never knew?
I would love to hear the family secret that I never knew.
Yeah.
I don't want my dirty laundry aired out, but like
Right.
something else.
Yeah, I need
I'm
the
in.
deets. I need the deets. And don't leave anything unturned. Give me
Yeah.
anything that I need to know. Like
Drop the lore.
Yeah. I feel like as you get older, you start to find out things that you didn't know about growing up.
Oh yeah.
Or like now that you're older, you get information that you would not have gotten before. And it's like, oh, that's why things are the way it is. Or that's
Yeah.
why
And as a kid, you're told like some rosy story or like some explanation that would make you like not question it again. And then you find out the truth. You're like, oh.
Yeah. Or like you kind of figure it out on your own without even something being revealed.
Yeah.
But then it's just like a light bulb went off. Oh, okay. That's why. All right. Last one. Would you rather have someone go through your medicine cabinet or open your bedroom door and start looking around? I feel like the medicine cabinet I would rather them do than going in my bedroom. Why are you in my bedroom?
Yeah, what are you trying to get? I can understand if you're in the medicine cabinet, you're probably trying to get Advil or like Tums or something. But like going around and like snooping in my drawers, I think that's weird.
Yeah. Okay, this is VIP table. These are family stereotypes.
Okay, are you going first or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, my first pick is going to be the bad influence cousin. But like, it's a fun bad influence. You know, they're the ones that maybe when you're a teenager, you're going on the walk, you're getting invited to the walk. If you know, you know, or, you know, you're having a sleepover and you're maybe too young, but you're making a couple cocktails from your aunt and uncle's bar. They're like the cool cousin that kind of teaches you.
Shows you the ropes.
Yeah. Shows you the ropes. Maybe stuff you shouldn't be doing, but like they're fun.
It's a passage of life.
Yeah, I feel like if you have an older cousin and you're the younger cousin, like there usually is someone in the pack that's like showing you the ropes. That's a good way to put it. That would be my first pick.
Okay. Good pick. My first one, it's not like, again, this one isn't a necessary person, but it is the chair. It's like the chair that it's dad or grandpa's chair that it's maybe from the 1990s, which is now 30 years ago. That maybe it's green, it's broken, but they makeshifted it to still be able to work and puts like wood planks on the side of it.
I love that you did not a person, but like,
but it was something that my dad had growing up. Like he had a specific chair. He wouldn't even allow some of my friends to sit in it because they were bigger than him and he didn't want them to sit in it and
mess it up or break it.
Or if you were sitting on it and he came home and he went to just sit down and watch the news or watch whatever show he wanted on, that's his chair. He still has a chair like that. It's a different chair, but that chair is off limits from anyone sitting on if he's around.
That is hilarious. My
next pick is when you are at a family function or a family member's over and you get that, you sit up to they're leaving, but they're there for another 45 minutes. You're chatting when they stand up. Then you make your way to the door and you keep chatting again. Then they open the door, they go outside, and you're still talking to them, and then they finally leave.
The Midwest goodbye, like never leaving.
Like, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. 45 minutes later, I'm out.
Yes, those were good. I love that you didn't do people. I did like types of people.
I still have people like that.
Okay,
too.
My next one would be the family member that's not actually a family member.
Yep, so that was on my list.
They're at all of the family functions. Now, for me, it could have been friends, but more I'm thinking like we called all these people aunt and uncle, mainly uncles.
Yeah.
And I grew up thinking like they were really related to me. And you find out later in life, like, oh, like this person's not even related. They're just like my parents' friends. They've been at all my birthday parties. They're at the family cookouts. They're coming to things and like they're always there. Like they are in a part of your life. They're at your wedding. Like I just saw one of those people that I hadn't seen in a minute. And I'm like, oh,
yeah.
How you been? Like now that I'm an adult, like I don't see you because my parents aren't.
Yeah, that happens for me more so with like my friends, my closest friends growing up. They have become an extension of my own family. Like they're good friends with my cousin. They were invited as groomsmen for my sister's wedding because they were close with me growing up. That they were always over. They were always like hanging out. So that's a good pick.
Okay. And then my next one is the parent that wants to host everything. The parent that like, no matter what's going on, like they're having a party for it at their house and you have to be there.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, you're not coming? Why aren't you coming? Because I have a life. Okay. That's why.
Yeah. Like if you miss it, some of them, there's reasons why you can't attend it, but it's like something happens. There's an event that happens and it might not even be like a big one, like a big holiday or a tradition that happens. And like, if you don't attend it.
Yeah. Like they hold it against you like, oh, you're not there. And then like the get together was like, because it's a sunny Saturday
Right,
in October.
right.
I'm like,
Like
all right.
someone's in town.
I'm like, I can't
Like, well,
come
we
to
don't
that.
live close or something. Like, or like, yeah.
We have something going on.
My next one is the it's tradition family member. Like everything has happened because that's how it's been. But like if things change, certain like sequences, like we all grow up or someone moved away, but you
That's a
have to
good
do
pick.
it this way because we've always done it this way.
Yes.
You gotta like realize that sometimes things might change.
Yeah,
Like
they're
it's
not.
always been at this house all the time. Well, that person has since passed, so we can't do that
Yeah, we
anymore.
can't do that anymore. Yeah, things evolve, things change. So the person that like won't let it go.
Yeah,
It's gotta
like
stay the
it
same.
could even be when it comes to like the meals, like what food is served. Like, why don't we have this at this holiday now? Well, it's because someone didn't want to cook it.
Yeah.
Like that's just what happens. That is what it is. My last one would be. This is very coded to your family.
Okay.
It's the garage guys.
That is 100%.
Any family gathering that happens at your parents' house or at any family gathering, I feel like the guys, wherever, if there's a garage that there are tables and chairs set up at, they're there.
Yeah.
They're hanging out. They're having a good time, but they're there. They come in to get some food. When it finally hits nightfall, they might come in or wherever everyone's at, but they're out there and they are socializing the
Yes.
whole time out there.
That is so my family coded. And my parents have a very nice house, a brand new finished basement. There are other locations to go, but they choose the garage.
Yeah. It happens though. Like it's not. It could be other.
It could be like the upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah, for in my family, like when my dad wants to go downstairs, he's down there and he's down there the whole time. He doesn't
Yeah.
come back up. I do the same thing at our house. If I go downstairs, I'm downstairs. I barely come back up.
I think it's because downstairs also has like the bar area, so it's
There's
more
TV
like
set up.
adult friendly. Where
If there's
upstairs
a
is
game
kids
on,
friendly.
like I want to go wherever there's a Steeler game
Yes.
or whatever. Like if there's a big game happening, I'm gonna watch that
I
more
feel
so
that.
than anything else. But that's
That was such a good pick. My last pick is actually something I strive to be, which is like the cool aunt. Like I try to be like fun and cool.
yeah.
I don't think I hit it, but like
I think you do for some.
I do for some of our nieces, I think, but like I had a lot of cool aunts growing up. Like I felt like they were all I could go to them and like gossip with them about like what was going on in my life.
Yeah.
Or like if I didn't want to like tell my mom something, I was like, oh, I could tell my aunt, and like they probably did tell my mom. Now that I think about it, but like they like have you over and you're doing like girly stuff or like I love a cool aunt, somebody you can relate to.
Yeah.
So
Good pick.
I do try to be that.
You are. I think you are.
I'm it sometimes, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Any honorable mentions that you had?
I had the drunk uncle or like the family member that just like can't control themselves.
Yeah.
Get too drunk and then are like saying things that are inappropriate or saying things that you're like, why are we talking
Yeah.
about this?
Like starts hitting on a relative and you're like,
Yeah,
whoa.
I had the old person with dementia that just like has no idea what's going on. They're just there sitting in the corner, like that. Those are like my two other ones that I had on my list.
Okay. The ones I had, I didn't have much more. You took a few. This is my grandma's house. The thermostat setting just would be at an all-time high, and we have
90
30
degrees.
people in there, and it's 90 degrees, but it's set at 77. We just like hang out. Like everyone would take outside breaks and come back in. Outside breaks, come back in. It even happens at my parents' house. It gets hot upstairs.
Yeah, it's
and
hot
then
up there.
downstairs because my dad likes it set a little bit higher. Like, we can't be doing that. It's when it happens more so, I think, for both of us because we're younger siblings, we're younger family member comparison to our siblings or our cousins, but they still look at us as if we were in our teens still
Yeah.
and still like I feel like sometimes judged that way. And I had cousin that's basically your sibling, very coded to Kayla, who was on the pod. And then it doesn't really happen at your house, but it's whenever we leave a family event at my parents' house and we're taking any leftovers, but the leftovers are in like a giant
Cool Whip
container. It's not actually Tupperware. It's something that was for something else that has now become Tupperware.
Yes.
So that's my list.
Those were
Checked
good.
it twice. Okay. Good episode. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any good wedding stories, be sure to submit them at info@weddingprocast.com.
.com.
And we will see you next week.
See ya.